Hey everyone, this is Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I'm going to do what I would call, I guess, a Zach, ya boy Zach video where he kind of just goes, it's one take. There's no need to edit things, and no offense, but it does get a little rambly. So we're going to do that because I don't really have a lot of time. So yeah, here we go. This is a topic I always find interesting. That is how you target certain audiences, certain demographics, and sell movies to those people. Stories essentially is what you're selling. And so in this case, this is Charlie's Angels. I'm sure that you've heard about this before. Charlie's Angels did not do well at the box office, which is kind of bad, kind of too bad, because in the past, Charlie's Angels has been a successful franchise, or at least there have been successful movies within that franchise. Okay, so here's the thing. The point I want to make is fundamentally this comes down to one thing. It is based off of feminism and intersectionality and all these kinds of weird theories that come out of higher education. That is the crux of the problem. You can say go woke, go broke. That's true. But at a very basic level, they're also missing some kind of marketing demographic. They're the right kind of research in how they're marketing to their audience. Now, they believe that because there's no difference between men and women, that they're interchangeable, and that makes no difference. That's what this comes down to. I've heard a lot of people say it has to do with sex appeal, other things like that. I'm sure those can have some effects. I'm not going to get into that because I'm not so sure about that. But fundamentally, if you believe that there are no differences between men and women, there is no difference, it's all a construct, then in theory, you could swap genders anywhere and it wouldn't matter. Now, Charlie's Angels has never been gender swapped, right? I mean, they're Charlie's Angels have always been women. They've been action movies, and they've been action movies generally targeted to men. And that is the crux of the problem, because there is actually a difference between men and women and the kind of entertainment that generally speaking appeal to them. I know someone in the comment section is going to say, well, I'm different. I'm an outlier. That's great. I'm sure you are. Generally speaking, there is a difference between men and women, and you'd want to reflect how you market to men and women differently because of those inherent differences. So if you're going to make an action movie for men and it's going to have women in it, generally speaking, you're actually going to want to have women that are going to appeal to men. And yeah, you're going to have some crossover. So if you go with the I don't know, Charlie's Angel. I've never watched the movie. I'll give you that. I actually did hear that the movie could be good. Don't know how true that is. I have no idea. But I can tell you I'm not super interested in watching it because it just doesn't seem like an action movie to me. If it's an action film and it's targeted toward men, what is the draw? What is it that you want to watch Charlie's Angels for? What's that itch that it's going to scratch? If you're like me, and I know a lot of other guys that are like this, if you go watch, I don't know, let's say Batman in the movie theater, this is actually a real experience. I went to watch The Dark Knight with my wife. This was when we were not married yet. We were engaged. We went to watch The Dark Knight, and afterward, we were in the parking lot, and someone squealed their tires and drove out really fast. And she's like, that was weird. I was like, that guy thinks he's Batman. He does. Because you watch an action film, and for some reason, I don't know if it just, there's something primal about it. You watch a good one, you get involved in, then you go outside and you want to like start a fight or run away from an explosion or something. You just want to be in that movie, You want to be an action hero. You want to, have that wish fulfillment. And so, yeah, I talked to some other friends about that. Do you ever get that feeling, you go see a really intense action film, and then when you walk out, you want to go beat up criminals or something? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever experienced that. Now, and again, men and women are a little bit different. So I'm going to play a little clip from this.
Evening, Angels. All this looks very promising. Outstanding. But what about Australian Johnny?
Ta-da!
Oh, you're gonna regret this. I was gonna give you the world.
The thing is you just talk way too much. You're
All right, that's enough. I'm done. The other thing is it's definitely a comedy as well. So if this is directed, if the idea is that Charlie's Angels has female leads, we ought to make this directed toward a female audience as opposed to male audience. You've now changed the entire formula. And is a female audience going to be big enough and strong enough to maintain, a viewing audience, some good sales numbers for a movie? I'm not sure. And I don't think that numbers support that. What is the last female targeted, not like female led, female targeted film that was an action movie that sold really well? I'm not sure, but I have a hard time seeing what the answers is. This was a good opportunity, possibly a good opportunity, but it just flopped. And again, there could be many reasons why. The other thing is, though, it gets blamed. Here we go. Charlie's Angels director Elizabeth Banks says Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman were successful because they belonged to male genre. That is right. So there's something else going on here. Okay. Now, I've also heard that Elizabeth Banks said that it had something to do with sexism, which is absurd. But you have to, this is the thing that feminists, especially in media, keep wrestling with. Is it that there is an inherent difference between men and women, and because of that, they're going to have differences in, genres that they're going to like and enjoy? Or is it that they're interchangeable and it shouldn't make any difference? This is yet more proof that that idea is wrong. There are differences between men and women, and you're going to be able to target them because of that. That is a good point. Even though Captain Marvel was really annoying and woke, I actually have still yet to see Captain Marvel. The thing was that those Marvel movies were still within a male genre. They're action movies. They, generally speaking, are targeting that male audience. But the good news is you're going to still get females enjoy it because they're getting the kind of action. If they're into action movies, they're still getting a traditionally made action movie. It's targeted toward men, full force, but they can still enjoy it. And I know I watched all the Marvel movies with my wife except for Captain Marvel, and she really enjoys those as well. And so, rather than, kowtowing to, feminist ideology, just go straight on ahead and make a action movie that's generally speaking for men, and you will actually get more women that are going to enjoy it because it is fulfilling its purpose in life. So thank you very much for watching that one take video. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.